The Vendor of Tears by William M. Conselman. From the Smart Set magazine, May 1920. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Dale Grothman. The Vendor of Tears by William M. Conselman. The little old man closed my library door and stepped nimbly forward. He bowed until his long beard touched the rug and said, "I have something to sell you." "What do you sell, good sir?" I asked courteously, for though he might be nothing more than a figment of my imagination, it is always well to be polite. "Tears," he answered, "woman's tears." He unstrapped a flat leather case and laid it open on the table. As I peered curiously over his shoulder, he covered it with his hands and demanded in concern, "You are not by any chance a poet, sir?" I shook my head and he smiled with evident relief. "I do not traffic with poets," he said, "although they bring me a deal of business." Fastened in the case were a dozen or more exquisitely tiny crystal phials, carven in various shapes, glowing and sparkling like jewels. From the slender ribbon that held it, he took a phial whose contents were a pale, translucent blue, like a bit of April sky prisoned in glass. "Here," he said, "are the tears that a maiden wept at midnight in her chamber." He held it to the light. "Pretty," I said, "pretty, but common." "Pardon me," I continued, "but have your baubles any practical value? Of what use are they?" "Practical?" He puffed out his cheeks indignantly. "I would have you know, young sir, that with my wares you may buy almost any unpurchasable commodity in the world. But while they are so valuable, you cannot sell them, unless you are a poet. Poets sell them. Do you desire love or knowledge or sorrow? You may purchase them with a woman's tears. Delight and despair, madness and misery, those two one buys with the goods I vend." He replaced the first phial and took out another of a dull grayish purple color, like the bloom of a grape. "These are the tears of a spinster for the son she never bore," he said. He held up another tube of deepest indigo, shot with canary. "An actress wept these upon discovering a gray hair." My bright eyes gazed a question. I shook my head. "Well, then," he said, "here is something pretty. Expensive, however." He displayed a phial of beautiful iridescent crimson, like transparent blood. "A mother's tribute to a wayward son who was hanged. Will you buy?" "I have seen nothing that interests me," I said. Sir, but you are hard to please," he said testily. "What would you?" "Show me," I said firmly, "the pale green tears that a woman sheds when she forgives a rival who has worsened her." He gave me a long, angry look. "Now you are a poet after all," he accused, "since none but a poet could imagine such tears as you ask for." And before I could offer a word of remonstrance, he vanished as suddenly as he had appeared. The end of The Vendor of Tears by William M. Conselman.